Hi, I'm Ammar Ghani and I'm from Zaira College, Colombo. And I got an A for ICT. The thing I like about Yousuf Sir is the way he teaches. He not only just sticks to theory, but he uses step-by-step practicals, he has live quizzes in the class, and he makes sure everyone understands. If someone doesn't understand a topic, he makes sure he generates many examples as possible using his very own GPT, and he explains it until it clicks.
So hi, I'm Nabiha Hassan from Muslim Ladies College and I got an A for IT. Me and my friends were just planning to just try it out. We never had the intention of continuing because IT was just a basket subject and we were already good at it. So we just came for fun. Even the first session we joined online was just for fun. And then when we came, we understood Yousuf Sir was just different. So since day one, he was consistent with worksheets, past papers, unit tests, quizzes and even presentations.
Hi, I'm Mariam Shabir from Crescent School International and I got an A in ICT. There were so many reasons for that. Sir's website was really neatly arranged and very organized, and Sir also gave printed tunes which extremely helped me out because we don't have to write all the notes on the writing book, so we have everything printed.
Hi, I'm Shafa Fazad from Muslim Ladies College and I got an A for ICT. With just I joined Yousuf Sir's one of the online classes and actually it was good. I want to say that my focus, I could keep my focus for a longer period of time because it's the Sir's way of teaching. Then only I actually regretted that I could join way more earlier because I missed lots of important lessons like programming and HTML. Thanks to Yousuf Sir, Sir started the recap classes.
Thank you, Yousuf Sir, for making this journey memorable and getting me an A for ICT.
Thank you Sir for being the algorithm behind our growth.
Thank you, Yousuf Sir, for everything. You're such a wonderful person and I'll always be grateful for your support.
Now, let us hear from the tech wizard himself, Mr. Yousuf Riaz Ismail, to enlighten us with a few words.
Learning gives us creativity. Creativity leads to thinking. Thinking provides knowledge. Knowledge makes you great. A very good morning, Honorable Chief Guest, Mr. Arshad Jamaldeen, Guest of Honors, Mr. Chintak Vijayaratna, and Mr. Azad Hai, Special Guest, Mr. ACM Jifri, Mr. Rizwan Razik, and my fellow teachers, parents, and students. I warmly welcome all of you all again to our 5th consecutive Master Awards Day. You know, a couple of years back, we started, if I'm pretty sure, on 2021. That was our first awards day. We planned very small, and even though we had a few amount of students, we still were able to pull it off because we had that intention within us that somehow we have to, felicitate the students for their achievements. Because at the end of the day, even though I was actually astonished to see all these students' comments. Even though they say that behind their results, it's just my efforts, to be honest, it's like an 80-20 scenario, where I just give the 20%, but they have to get the more 80% done by themselves. To be honest, it's not a 50-50. Because without their willingness, without their efforts, without their motives, without their motivations, they will not be able to achieve what they have achieved today. Something special about this batch, which I want to just mark here, is that this was my first batch, which I started from scratch, meaning this is my second official batch, but the previous batch I started from grade 11 only. But this was my first batch, which I started from grade 10 and 11. And what makes me more happy is I got more than 100 days for this batch. And if I don't felicitate them with such a grand opening, I don't think I deserve that success which they gave for me. So that's what, from Master Academy, we always have this vision within us that it's not just that we should grow, it always makes sure the people around grow as well. We should make them get inspired and make them know that the education is something valuable that's going to be recognized, and we have recognized them today, I hope. Anyways, I don't want to just brush off them. I'll again come to my main point where I started from. My dear students, you all started this journey for last 11 years, from grade 1 to grade 11. You all have learned several stuffs apart from education, apart from your co-curriculum. there are several other lessons your school, your classes, and all has taught you all while educating yourself. Just to remind you all, you all have heard this from several places, but again, I'll just remind you all, which majority of you all might have heard from majority of the people. This is just your first milestone, a long journey. Keep in your mind, education is a journey of navigation. It's not a journey of a direct destination. Some of you will be confused. What is navigation? What is destination? Destination is something you know the end point, you directly go to the end point, and it's game over. But if it's a navigating journey, you don't know where you're going to end. You might have a rough idea. You might have a goal. Okay, I want to be there. This is my target. This is my vision. This is my end goal at a point. But in this journey of life, you might come across several circumstances where things might not go as planned, things might not go as you wished, and things might not go as you were prepared for. But one thing, always be like Google Maps. If you all have noticed how Google Maps work, whatever indirect vertical direction you go, it does not scold you, it does not get angry with you, or it does not be like, okay, I can't hereafter show the decision, you find your own way. It does not be like that. What does it do? It re-navigates and give you the next best solution, or the next method, next best way to come back to your point, right? Similarly, when you take your life of journey, the educational life, you're going to come across different circumstances where things might go up and down. But one point keep in your mind, to never lose yourself and never go out of track, always be on your same journey, navigating, figure out stuffs. Don't think that you'll rush everything. Just go along the flow. And with time, you will be able to reach your journey by learning different lessons with different navigations, okay? Always learning is not something that's going to be only in terms of education, meaning, for example, just your O-levels, A-levels, degree. That's not only what learning comes across, right? In your journey of life, when you start working, when you start interacting with people, when you start socializing with people, you might come across several situations where you might deal with people, okay? Learning people is not learning. Learning finance is something. Learning what you call speaking is a different scenario. Likewise, there are different types of learning you might come across. Just grab all the opportunities all are going to get. Sometimes certain opportunities might be very small, and sometimes we might be thinking, okay, what am I going to profit from this? What am I going to gain from this? Again, keep in your mind, even though Faizan is telling always a business should make profit, in terms of life, what do you call, it doesn't always have to be profit. When you're doing your deeds, always think, okay, I'm just doing it for the namesake, and just do it. You will get the returns in high multiples, okay? So I don't want to drag long. I'll just wind up quickly by saying what I started with. Learning gives you creativity. It makes you think differently. It makes you acknowledge, it makes you perceive things differently, right? And that creativity will lead you to thinking in different patterns, to thinking in out of the box, a method to think out of the box, right? And that thinking provides you knowledge. And with that knowledge, you can stand out in a group. Thank you.